name is Malchow, and I'm the Activities Director at Sioux Falls, Washington High School. Today's a great day to be a Warrior as we celebrate the 2020 State AA Competitive Dance Championship team from Sioux Falls, Washington High School. This marks the 6th straight state championship for our comp dance team. Over the years, our comp dance program has won 12 out of the last 13 state AA championships dating back to 2008, when the sport was sanctioned by the South Dakota High School Activities Association. We appreciate the leadership of our head coach, Angela Nieman, and our assistant coaches, Jordan Boyd and Maddie Jankowski. This was a special state championship season. We have had many new regulations and protocols due to the COVID situation. Our coaches and athletes are to be congratulated and commended for working with these protocols for us to have a season this year. Their hard work, discipline, and unity are to be celebrated. Many people contribute to the success of a program and a team. Thank you to all of our athletes, managers, trainers, coaches, families of athletes and coaches, and our Warrior fans. It is truly a team effort. Many of our comp dance athletes also participate in WHS comp cheer and WHS sideline cheer during the fall season. I applaud Coach Nieman, Coach Jensen, and Coach Jones working together to allow our kids to have these opportunities. We will have additional speakers today on this celebration video to visit about our championship comp dance team. Again, congratulations to our 2020 state champions from Washington High School.
Good afternoon, Warrior Nation. Today we have the great fortune of celebrating our first state championship of the year. Celebrating Warrior accomplishments never gets old. I would like to take a moment to congratulate our competition cheer team on their 5th place finish at state. We recognize the commitment and effort you put forth and are proud of the manner in which you continue to represent Washington High School. This state championship is the competition dance team's 12th state title in 13 years and their 6th consecutive title. Greatness does not happen by chance, hope, or luck. It takes hard work, commitment, and grit. This team and program continue to demonstrate all three, both on the floor and off. They have committed themselves to the goal of winning a state championship by the work they have been put in during the season and off season. It is clear that their commitment to excellence and work ethic required to be a champion is also prevalent in their academics. They have committed themselves to a quality education by challenging course of study they have taken and excellence they continue to demonstrate in the classroom. Collectively, this team has an average GPA of a 3.77 and are currently taking a combined 14 AP classes. The work ethic these girls possess does not invent itself. It has been modeled and cultivated over the years by those around them, parents, teachers, coaches, and peers. Thank you to Coach Nieman and your staff for continually drawing greatness out of your athletes. You carry high expectations for yourself and your team and model the commitment and work ethic that are necessary for continued success. You have built a program that has not only prepared these young ladies for success in this activity, but you have instilled in them values that will serve them well for success in their lives. Thank you to parents for being your child's first teacher and for laying the foundation for us to build on. Thank you for your continued support when times are tough and celebrating with us when things are great. You are a valued partner and we could not do this without you. Congratulations, thank you.
I'm Lexi Goeman, I'm a senior and this is my 4th year on the team.
I'm Kayla Messner, I'm a junior and this was my 2nd year on High Steppers.
I'm Lauren Mitchell, I'm a senior and this is my 2nd year on the competitive dance team.
We are so honored to bring Washington their first championship of the year.
So much hard work was put into the state championship. We love you all.
It was so different this year with COVID. Like, we never knew what was going on. Like, one week you could have someone out for quarantine or they could be positive, and it was so hard just not like knowing what was going to happen, but we persevered and it showed it on the dance floor at state and we couldn't be more pleased.
Yeah, we're so happy that we even got to compete.
And it looked especially different because, like, this year with our competitions, instead of it being like every single team went, we had these things like pods where like only certain teams would go, so you never knew who you'd be competing against in that pod or who you would see, but each time you just had to show up and bring it.
Yeah, And I think we really did that well this year.
I also like how the team was so, like, we persevered through it all because, like Lexi said, you never knew who was going to be on the floor when you were going to compete or if you were able to compete. And I think the team was, their hard work was real. I really appreciate everything that
And
we put in.
especially with being our senior year, like,
Yeah.
I couldn't be more happy just to be able to compete.
Yeah.
We want to thank all of our coaches and our choreographers and our ADs and our principal just for giving us the opportunity to go out and do what we love. And it was just so exciting to be able to just compete, but to also win. So,
It was
Never
awesome.
forgetting the Warrior student section. We love you.
yeah, go
Yes,
Warriors!
Go Warriors!
Hi, I'm Nieman. I have had the honor of coaching the High Steppers at Sioux Falls, Washington High School for 24 years now. In 2008, they began sanctioned season for competitive dance, and we have been very fortunate in that our athletes have been mainly girls, but also a few boys along the way, have been able to bring home 12 state championships. This year was especially challenging. It probably was the hardest season that I've ever coached in. Just because of the quarantine, I told the girls when we started choreo in July that we need to be sure, we're just grateful for every week we had, for every practice we were able to be together. And we actually, in our jazz music, we picked Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody. And we just wanted to really dance together. That was our theme for this year, is that we were in this together. So as we would have teammates out being quarantined, it definitely affected our scores at some matches because we'd have 24 hours to completely reset routines. Anybody that's watched the girls dance, they make it look pretty easy, but there's a lot of athleticism to what they do. There's a lot of time that we put into cleaning the routine. So especially in their hip hop routine, we saw a huge growth. At the state competition, they scored a 396 out of 400 points. So 4 judges giving 100 points each, they only were docked 4 points. That's 1 point per judge. It's mind-blowing. It's the highest individual score that we've ever had at the state competition, and they really hit that hip-hop routine, and there was a lot of room for error. Lots of athletic tricks, lots of flips, lots of intricate movement that took a long time to get the style and the cleaning. And then again with jazz, we knew that we had to really be on top of our game. Brandon Valley has always been highly competitive, and they were the strongest they've ever been this year. It did help most of the other teams that we only could compete in 2 routines instead of 3. Typically, the grand champ is named from hip hop, pom, and jazz. And there are teams that do pom and jazz really well, but they don't do hip hop very well. Or they may do hip hop really well, but they don't do pom or jazz very well. So that's kind of been our fortune over the last 12, 13 years, is that we have kids that are multi-talented that can do all the areas. So this year was our hardest year in that teams could just choose to do pom and jazz and they didn't have to do hip hop. So our game plan going into the state competition was we started with our hip hop routine, that we were going to get every point we possibly could, which is exactly what the girls did, and their energy was absolutely incredible. Then when they brought jazz out, we just had hope that our jazz score would be as high as possible. Every half point, every point counts because those 2 scores are average. So I was very, very proud of the girls, how hard they worked. Lauren Mitchell, for example, she didn't even start doing turns until July of this year. And she ended up doing advanced turns that usually takes a dancer years to be able to turn at that level. And that's just one example of each individual on this team just totally stepping up. I need to thank my assistant coaches, Jordan and Maddie. You were absolutely amazing. My principals, and of course Mr. Malchow, you have always been so supportive and just kept encouraging us, even though we were working through some stuff this season. I don't know, I just always appreciate my parents and my staff. The Warrior staff, we have such an amazing community here, and it just, everybody is just so awesome to work with, including the students here at Washington High School too. So I just want to thank everybody for the support that we've gotten this season, and I just want to do a huge congratulations to my athletes, and a huge thank you for just giving me all of your focus and all of your determination and just working to the very, very end of the season. So thank you.